Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today is a review about a tank that in my opinion is actually super underrated. It is the Pershing. This tank is a tier 8 American medium and I thought this tank was going to be horrible, okay? But no, this tank is actually really good and I am very surprised by it. This tank, it's so much fun to play. It's actually really enjoyable. First of all, you're going to see the armor on this tank. It's actually really good. You're going to see I do bounce a lot of damage. I did lag right there a lot, and my shot went out way after I hit the fire button. But as you can see, we are bouncing these guys quite a bit here. And the thing about the armor on this tank, I'll start with the armor first. The armor on this is actually really troll. You do have a very good turret, actually. The turret on this is very good. If you move it around, you're going to bounce quite a few shots. You have rather strong sides. Most American tanks can side scrape pretty good until you get to a few of the top tier ones. It's kind of the opposite at higher tier. They really can't. But these tanks, stuff like the T-34, they have really just strong, thick tracks that allow you to actually side scrape very well in them. As well, the front kind of track wheels and stuff are very big and stuff, and they allow you to bounce quite a few shells on them, actually. And that alone, combined with the turret, actually gives this a pretty decent armor profile. I mean, we bounced almost 1,400 damage this game. As you can see, 1,600. It actually does have good armor. The hit points, 1,440 on the tank. DPM is 2,100. It's not the best DPM. You only have 180 millimeters of penetration as well. But you do have a 225 alpha gun, kind of your standard tier 8 medium. Your reload is around 6.4 seconds, so it's a little bit less than the DPM. And your speed is only 48 kilometers forward. You do have 10 degrees of gun depression, though. And when you combine that with the armor, and I mean, it's an okay gun. It's nothing crazy, but it actually is pretty good still. You can actually do very well in this tank, going a hole down, side scraping, or just bullying tier 7s. When you get up against tier 7s in this thing, you're almost unstoppable. And honestly, this is a really enjoyable tank. I've aced this now 3 times in one day. Yesterday I aced this thing, or was it the day before? I can't remember. I aced it 3 times in one day when I decided to play it some. And that's when I knew immediately I needed to make a video about this tank, because it is actually really enjoyable. So I'm not sure why this tank, people hate this tank so much. I actually am quite enjoying it. As you can see, penetration is really bad, though. That is one thing. We're going to have to switch to the premium to get this guy right here in the IS-7. That is the one, I would say, bad thing about the gun, is not the best penetration. As you see, you can't even get that lower plate at that angle on the IS-7. So penetration isn't the best, DPM isn't the best, accuracy is okay, so the gun isn't the most insane. It still works for me, though. Like, as you can see, though, we're bouncing premium from an IS-6. I mean, the tank's armor is so surprisingly good that it actually shocks me how surprising the armor is on this tank. And that's what I think actually makes this tank enjoyable, is the armor is actually relatively reliable in this tank. As you see, 3.4k damage, 3 kills, and of course the ace on that tank. I mean, on this game. We're going to have one more replay here where we can talk about it a little more. And, yeah, so I'm not sure what's up with this tank actually being so underrated. Give me your thoughts on it down below in the comments below. I would like to know if you guys also agree that this tank is underrated, but maybe give it a try. I'm grinding for the M48 right now. I mean, that was just unfortunate right there. That's all I gotta say. That was me aiming for a gun mantlet, which is not the biggest of brain ideas. But yeah, I'm grinding for the M48 right now, and I finished grinding this that day. I had only grinded it in, like, gravity mode before, because I thought the tank was horrible, and I didn't want to, you know, do super bad in it, but it's actually not. I have, like, almost an 80% win rate, I think, in the tank. I can't remember my average damage, though, sorry about that, but I think I have almost around an 80, it's 70-something, it may be like 74, 70, I can't remember, but yeah, it's a very nice win rate. As you see, you get some HE off into that M41, and this can be a very nice game here. It's going to show you, look at, I mean, the gun isn't bad. I was saying the gun wasn't the best earlier, but the gun really isn't that bad. To be honest. I mean, it's relatively accurate. If you look at the accuracy on this, it's not the most inaccurate of guns. So we're going to get 2 shots off into this TVP VTU right there. IS shoots, so I'm just going to pull back, get a few shots into his hatch, and as you can see, the accuracy isn't that bad. On the tank, we're easily snapshotting the turret of this IS on the enemy team. We have now brought him down to a one-shot, but he is reloaded by now, so I'm just going to try to shoot this VK. No clue where that shell went, by the way. I have absolutely no clue where that went. So we're going to wait for the IS to shoot one more time, and at this point I was like, whatever. So we're going to pop around, snapshot him. We do take one shot in return, though, unfortunately. So we are now a one-shot to this VK, so I'm just going to have to wait until he gets distracted by something else. Then I'm going to pop up. As you can see, he misses us, and I am able to snap that bottom plate. So, as you can see, this tank can work really well, and I think people definitely underestimate it on the battlefield, and that's part of the reason I'm doing so good in it. People don't realize that this tank, you actually might bounce it, or you actually will get wrecked by the gun if you do not play careful with it. So, KV3 right here, we're just going to farm up this KV3. We get a nice max roll into him. We're going to poke around. Unfortunately, that bounced. I'm not sure how that bounced, but it did. So, KV3 turns his turret. We're just going to pop around, get another shot into him. And as you can see, the gun can really rip your enemies to shreds if you do use it correctly. So, there's just two enemies remaining on the team now, this WZ and a Chimera. So, we're going to pop around here, try to get a few shots off into this WZ, who unfortunately does die before we can get any into him. Now, just leaving this Chimera, who is in a 1v1 with this T-34/100. So, we're at around 2.6k damage right now, so I was like, you know what, if I farm up this Chimera, I could get an ace, and a spoiler warning, I do. So yeah, as you can see, the tank honestly isn't bad at all. Give me your thoughts on it down below in the comment section. I'd like to know, and if you're looking to grind for the M48 and you're thinking, I don't want to, Pershing's really bad stuff, honestly, it's not that bad. So yeah, I think this tank is extremely underrated and definitely worth maybe checking out. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.